Sometimes people facing difficult circumstances, emotional pain, intense anger, or frustration, they harm themselves as a way of dealing with these overwhelming emotions, these things that they just don't know how to handle. This is known as non-suicidal self-injury, NSSI, or self-harm, and it can take many forms. A person who self-harms may be cutting themselves, often on arms or legs. They might burn or scald themselves with hot water, or poke sharp objects into their body. They may scratch their body or bang their head or other body parts into a wall. They may purposely overdose on medication. They can also perpetuate emotional harm on themselves by extreme self-criticism, which can be just as damaging to our well-being as physical harm in the long run. This includes things like saying constantly, "I'm useless," or "I always make a mistake," or "I'll never succeed at anything." When we believe those things, we're super self-critical and we internalize those words, which can eventually erode our mental well-being. For someone who's never experienced the urge to harm themselves, these behaviors may seem irrational, hard to understand, and certainly scary. Some may see self-harm as a sure sign of mental illness, but the truth is, self-harm isn't always linked to mental illness. It can be different for everyone, but there are 5 common reasons that people self-harm. Self-harm often gives an outlet for big, overpowering emotions, or it can be a way to distract them from their feelings, which could be guilt, shame, loneliness, anxiety, sadness, or anger. Sometimes these emotions are so intense that they make us physically uncomfortable. When the body is injured, someone may feel those emotions stopping or not getting any worse, at least, or they may feel the physical discomfort go away. For some people, it can give an immediate but temporary feeling of emotional and physical relief, or even a feeling of calmness. Self-harm can be a way to let others know how you're feeling. Now, this isn't attention-seeking and shouldn't be judged as such, but it's simply a way to tell other people about the feelings that they can't, or maybe are too ashamed to put into words. Self-harm can be a form of self-punishment when people are feeling overwhelming guilt, shame, or just bad about themselves. And self-harm may give those who feel that they don't have control over their lives or aspects of their life a feeling of control over their own body. Now, anyone may use self-harm as coping mechanisms, but it's more prevalent in young people and those who have a mental health issue or substance abuse issue, are part of LGBTQ+ community. Maybe they've lost a loved one through suicide or have survived physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. This is because self-harm is often rooted in trauma, and treating the underlying trauma can help to reduce or completely stop this behavior. People who self-harm don't usually want to die, but it can increase the risk of suicide. If someone you care about has a history of self-harm, or if you have reason to believe they may be harming themselves, keep an eye out for the warning signs. If you notice them rubbing their skin for a prolonged period of time, this could mean a burn or other injury. If they have fresh wounds or scars, or wounds that just don't seem to heal, or frequently appearing new injuries or scars. If they are wearing clothing unusual for the weather, for example, wearing a hoodie or long sleeves during hot weather. Some signs of emotional self-harm can include extreme withdrawal and patterns of harmful and abusive relationships. They may be taking poor care of themselves or overusing addictive substances. They may also have eating disorders or constantly expressing feeling bad about themselves. In the moment, you can help by offering the comfort they're seeking, giving them a hug or trying to distract them, taking them on a walk outside. Ultimately, you want to refer them to professional help. If you live in the coastal tidewater of Virginia, call 757-656-7755. When you call, our trained operators will help point you to the right kind of help.